Hi my fellow foodies, welcome back to my channel. This past month we reached 100 subscribers. I am extremely happy that this channel is becoming a small community of food history geeks, foodies, amateur cooks and Cypriot cuisine lovers. I couldn't have done it without you, so a round of applause goes for you. Let's get to all the questions and requests from fans of the channel. Friend of the channel, Michael, asked, absolutely love your videos. Any chance you know anything about the origin of souvlaki in Greece and Cyprus? Next video idea. Michael, I'm so glad that you are enjoying my videos. At the moment, I don't know the true story of souvlaki, but I have read some anecdotal evidence that it began sometime in the post-World War II era in Athens, but it definitely needs further researching, and I promise that I will make a video on it. Itsumi asked, I am intrigued by the depth and richness of the content on your channel. Could you elaborate on the research methodology you employ for each video? Specifically, I am interested on how you decide upon the topics to explore and the various resources you utilize to ensure historical accuracy and depth in your content. Follow-up question, of all the episodes you've produced so far, which ones are your favorites and why? Thank you very much for these excellent questions. First things first, I don't know if you already knew about this, but I am a former academic historian. More specifically, I hold a PhD in medical history, and I use the skills that I learned during my PhD studies to do the research for my videos. Before writing anything original in history, you have to explore a topic's historiography. What does that mean? You have to go read almost everything that was written about this topic and try to see what kind of primary sources, what methodologies, what intellectual frameworks, and what kind of conclusions other historians have made about a specific topic. Sometimes this is also called a literature review. So, for each of the videos, I do a mini literature review of what's already out there. I always begin my research in Google Scholar, then followed by JSTOR.com to find historical, academic, peer-reviewed journal articles. And if that is successful, I read the articles and also search their footnotes and bibliography to find more journal articles and books to read. In the scenario that I didn't find a journal article that suits the research topic, then I use the catalogs of the Library of Congress, the British Library, the Wellcome Library, the University of Cyprus Library, and finally, Google and Amazon. I read a lot of books from archive.org, but if archive does not have the book that I am interested in, then I have to go to a physical library, and in the case of Cyprus, I use the University of Cyprus Library. In the books that I read, I make very thorough notes, and also I then scan the footnotes and bibliography to see what these historians have read before me. For example, in Food, a Culinary History, here I was researching for pizza, and it gives you roughly all of the mentions of pizza in the book. Another way to find even more journals and books, then you should Google for food history courses and see if they have bibliography, like in the case of University of Warwick. If my research in the aforementioned books and journal articles and internet resources is not fruitful, then I turn to my 4 food Bibles. One of them is this book, Jean-Louis Flandrin's and Massimo Montanari's Food, a Culinary History from Antiquity to Present. Also, Alan Davidson's The Oxford Companion to Food, the Bloomsbury collection of A Cultural History of Food, and Kibbles and Ornella's The Cambridge World History of Food, volumes 1 and 2. I think there is also another big volume by Routledge, but I haven't gotten my hands on that yet. If my search for journal articles and books is unsuccessful, then I turn to internet sources like publications, Wikipedia and the footnotes, YouTube videos, but I try my best to fact check what I read there. To address the question, how do I decide on which topics my videos will be on? I will be very honest with you. I research and make videos on topics that I find interesting. This obviously has to change, and I want to make videos that you enjoy, topics that you are interested in. So let me know what kind of food and what kind of beverage you would be interested to hear more about, and its history and its origins. Let me know. To answer your second question, of course, being such a pizzaholic, I thoroughly enjoyed researching and making the video on the origins of margherita pizza. Of course, the historian in me also thoroughly enjoyed doing primary source research for my first pizza in Cyprus, and I can't deny that I really love the history of coffee and the history of the pumpkin spice latte. Why? Because I am a coffee super fan, and I just love knowing that coffee began as a little humble berry, or I am a really big fan of pumpkin spice latte, so I was always wondering how did those spices made it there. I hope this gives some transparency on how I do my research for the videos, and I hope that I thoroughly answered your questions. Friend of the channel and follower on Instagram, Nicolas P, asked, what about a giveaway? Okay, I will commit to this. When the channel will reach 1,000 subscribers and passes the threshold of the 4,000 watch hours to be eligible for monetization, I will have a giveaway. I don't want to just give away a product, but rather I would like to give an experience. So I will give it some thought, and when the time comes, I will announce what the giveaway will be. On the video about cheap eats in Nicosia Old Town at Cluster 1. Wow, that's cheap. Would love to see a similar video about the Paphos area, something to look forward to as a pleasant way to explore the city. Having more affordable places to occasionally eat at sounds fun. I 100% want and will make videos for all the cities in the Republic of Cyprus, and I might also give alternative recommendations, not just cheap eats. In the same video at PDA 1799, next, wine tasting in Cyprus. I don't know much about wine in general, so I don't know if I make content about Cypriot wine that if it would be any good. If you would like to see a reaction by a Cypriot foodie to Cypriot wines, for sure, it might even make entertaining videos. We'll see. I would like to express my deep gratitude to all of you who helped the channel in any way, shape, or form. Thank you. You are the best. I am extremely happy that we reached 120 subscribers, and I have so many plans for videos that will satisfy all your foodie and food history cravings. If you haven't done so already, please watch my reaction to Jamie Oliver's Panakopita or the history of pumpkin spice. Until the next one, bye!